Good evening, I'm Laura Yamada. Paula Akana has the week off. The state auditor has red flagged a private prison contract because it may have been improperly awarded. KITV4's Catherine Cruz has more on what's behind a scathing audit. Catherine.
Well, Paula, but right now Laura. Right now, the state sends 2,000 male inmates to Arizona. It was a solution to chronic overcrowded conditions in Hawaii, but Legislative Auditor Marian Higa says lawmakers may have made a decision based on some bad information.
Sending inmates to the mainland was supposed to be a temporary fix. A third of Hawaii's male prisoners are in Arizona. Public safety has said it's cheaper to house them overseas, but the state auditor questions if it really is.
The prison administration has taken the position that all they needed to do was come up with some quick and dirty numbers when the legislature asked for the numbers, and that it's too hard to track these costs correctly. Our contention is it's not that hard because look at hotels.
Higa points to the use of a system called Offender Track. It is supposed to do just that, track the inmates when they come into the system and when they're supposed to be released. Higa questioned whether public safety staff is properly trained to use it.
They're not using it correctly. They're not using it to its capabilities.
She points to discrepancies over when prisoners were supposed to be released and when they actually were. He also questioned whether public safety's contract with the private company, Correctional Corporation of America, violates state procurement law. She says what should be a government-to-government agreement is simply a guise, a shell of a deal with the city of Eloy acting as a pass-through. The interim director of public safety could not be reached for comment on camera, but at the time of the report said the department needs more money to take advantage of what the Offender Track system can do. And until it is fully automated, DPS is limited with what it can do. As for the procurement issue, the contract with CCA runs out next summer. Higa says the cure is to rebid the contract and says she's been told that process has already begun.
And while Governor Neil Abercrombie has said he'd like to bring our prisoners home, we don't have a place for them. There's also the risk of overcrowding and the threat of going back under federal court oversight, which is what triggered sending inmates to the mainland in the first place. Laura?
All right, thanks, Catherine.